do believe I might be live, but I ain't gonna believe it till I see it on screen. So hi folks, just a really quick one tonight. It is currently 21:56. I'm giving myself 1/2 hour because I got stuff to do tonight. My band is playing a Robbie Burns gig on the weekend, so I gotta practice up for it. So what I got here is Sapino. It's a balsam fir lozenge. I have a cup of tea. And I have some things to talk to you guys about pertaining to recent activities here at Raindance HQ. Incidentally, I need a new Pocket Boy 170 blade. I've got to remember to get on that before my next outing. So, what do I want to tell you about? Oh, this desk is so messy. I'm just trying to keep everything organized and it's just not working. What do I want to tell you about first? First, I want to say thanks to, there's a couple of you who are not playing my whole enchilada playlist, you know, when you go to bed or when you're doing stuff in the background. And I'm very happy about that. Thank you very much. You're actually making a difference. I've done it for one of you as well. And I'm willing to not do it for anyone. The secret is to play the entire playlist back at like 144p, because then you can do it without really chewing into your data plan or whatever your internet plan is if you don't have unlimited. Another thing about that is if you've got an internet plan that's fairly rapid, then if you're playing back all these playlists at 144p, you can do like maybe 2 or 3 of them and not choke up your system. Look, if you're going to bed, who cares? But you know what I'm saying. So, but I'm serious. Don't tell me down below of the, you know, that video where I was shaving, because it just happened that way. In the comment section of that one, please, if you have decided to do a whole enchilada playlist or whatever, let me know. I'm not just asking you guys to do me a solid here. I'll do it for you guys too. I just want to see if one of us who is down at around the 2,000 mark can hit 4,000 by February 20th. Not because I think that February 21st I'm in danger of being demonetized again, but just to make a point. Just to show that the way I know that they're trying to strike back at like bad actors and stuff, but I just want to make the point that they're not. There are ways to get around. Like everything they do is wrong. Everything they do is lame and tone deaf. And I just want to make the point that maybe they got to be more creative with their problem solving. So anyways, those of you who played me overnight last night, keep doing it. I'll keep doing it for you. And because I can't see them getting smart to it anytime soon. If they didn't get smart to that Logan Paul video until after he'd taken it down himself, these guys are asleep at the switch. So that's what I wanted to say about that. Hey, LT Survival, how's it going? Anthony Henry, not you? Tenenbaum, yeah, it does help because that's part of the 2100 under 2100 I've actually gotten up until now. So yeah, everything helps, guys. And as I said, let me know so that I can return the favor. Another thing I wanted to talk to you about, to keep myself down to my half-hour limit and to keep from just rambling too much, I actually took notes this time. This is the first ever scripted Raindance video. I also wanted to ask if any of you guys have downloaded Brave. I want to see if that can maybe help us out. I signed up for their weird payment thing, but excuse me, I almost did a scrambled O and belched right into the mic there. I want at least one other guy to sign up for Brave's monetization so that I can A, throw some money at someone, like a small amount, but B, see how it works. Because right now in my payment list, the only person there was me, and I'm not going to pay myself. But since I've been using Brave, and this is not a paid endorsement, I will say it's got a really good ad block. Excuse me. It's got a really good ad block system. Like automatically, you know, you don't have to go digging to turn on the ad blocker. And it seems really, really fast. Like, it seems like a really fast browser. I like what I like what I'm seeing so far. And granted, in the early days of Firefox, it was a really good browser and fast as hell too. And, you know, same with Chrome. So, but for now, Brave seems to be making me happy. I'm using it for, like, sometimes I open Safari or whatever just by instinct. But whenever I'm thinking about it, I click Brave, and I'm liking it so far. So, if any of you guys, LT Survival, Brave is it's a browser. Here, I'm gonna see if I can put I think it's brave.com. Let me see. Is it brave.com? Brave.com. And will it let me put this into... Oh, I lost my... Hold on. Live dashboard. Okay. I'm going to see if I can put it into the chat. No. So I'm going to see if I can put it into... There we go. Man, I'm having trouble with my... See if I use him. No, it's not. Oh well. Anthony Henry, yes, that I wanted to talk about. Yeah. I opened a store at Spreadshirt. I have 2 designs for men and women. Short sleeves, long sleeves. I just want to see how far that's going to go. Interestingly, I have a few thoughts about my channel logo now that I've done these t-shirts, and it was actually a conversation I had with my buddy Eric out in Saskatchewan. I may have to rethink something about my logo, but I'm not going to do that right now. So yeah, I got 2 t-shirt designs for now. I tried to do like a ball cap, but Spreadshirt, it's funny, when you want to print and buy a t-shirt, you've got all these options, man. You can buy Spreadshirt's in-house shirt, or you can get like a Fruit of the Loom, a Hanes, all this stuff. You can get a ball cap, you can get a toque, what Americans and I guess the Brits call a beanie, but people who know something about winter call it toque. But yeah, you can get all kinds of stuff. But when you make a store, you're stuck to their in-house t-shirt. Like no hats. You can do like cups and pillowcases. Anyway, I just want to see where it can go. If I sell 2 t-shirts, that's going to make me thrilled. And that's live. That's live right now. I put a link in the show notes below. Also, as I warned you guys, I've activated my Amazon affiliate program thing, whatever. But I want to ask you guys about something. Hey, Simon, comment ça va, man? I bounce a lot of my ideas off of Simon. He's got a good view on a lot of the stuff that I'm dealing with. For the Amazon affiliate links, what I was going to do is just, if I love something, I put the link down below. But some guys put the link down below and say, look, I didn't like this. If you want to try it, by using my link. But I kind of don't want to do that because I don't want to put links to anything that I wouldn't be willing to buy myself. And I feel that doing anything other than that would be too much like treating the channel like a cash cow. Like, I'm not here to sell. I want to bring in some money so that I can keep putting money into the channel, because I can't just take my income and put it into the channel, you know, for obvious reasons. Oh, these candies are hard, man, but they're so good. Hold on, I'm just gonna see if I can catch up on. Still working, yeah. Sumo. LT, thanks. LT, make a playlist. I'll play it in the background as well. I'll be really interested to see what people think of the t-shirts, by the way. It's funny, I took notes and now I'm bouncing back and back. I'll take any advice. I won't necessarily act on everything, but if anyone thinks that I really goofed it on one of the designs or something. Man, I'm having some trouble with the signal tonight, man. There we go. You know what? I'm actually gonna... I'm writing something in the live chat just to make sure that it's, you know, it's actually scrolling and staying up to date. Insane likes this. Thanks, man. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, LT, all video. I'll do that tonight. I'll do that for you tonight. I'll put it on as I go to bed. I mean, I've already seen all your stuff anyway, so it's not like... What else did I want to say? 22:08. I've still got plenty of time. I do have plans for a Patreon or whatever. I think I'm gonna make that a reality this year. I've got some ideas now that I can do it without feeling like I'm taking away from people who don't do it. Because as I said, my big thing here is I've seen a lot of people monetize the wrong way, like in ways that I feel are not disrespectful on purpose, but slightly clumsy, and I'm trying my hardest not to do anything like that. That's why it's taking me so long to put anything into action, because I keep trying to make sure that I'm not being abusive about it, you know. But I got a pretty cool, what I think is a pretty cool idea for a Patreon. The hell was that? Oh, sorry guys, this desk is a mess. It was, I had accidentally put the tripod on these two batteries. It sort of slipped off. Good. Simo, I don't think so. I don't think you're gonna have to come over and fix my network. I think, for those of you who don't know, I've been dealing with some massive network problems this past week. I think I've narrowed it down to a bad router, which I replaced tonight, and it seems like, well, it's funny because I replaced an old router with like a brand new one, and it seems like everything's faster as well. So, you know. Tenenbaum, you know, it's funny, you have no videos, but I think I would probably find your stuff interesting if you did videos. I don't want to talk about any of you guys too much, you know, in an open forum like this, because I consider anything that anyone tells me in private to be private. But I would like to see something from you. I'm just going back to take a look. All right, cool stuff. All right, I'm up to date. What else did I want to say? Oh, I wanted to give a shout out. There's a guy who I know mostly through Instagram, but he's got a channel and he's got the views, but he doesn't have the subs. And his channel, he's just relaunched this. It's too bad because he just relaunched his channel in time to get nailed by this demonetization thing. I don't remember what his channel used to be called, but he did a lot of like gadget, like not gadget, but you know, reviews of items and stuff. He did a review of a GoPro clone that did like 24,000 views. And it's funny because it's a clone that in the States is like $49 and it's 4K, and people seem to love. So I was like, I'm checking it out on Amazon.ca, and up here it's $146. So, which by the way is still a really good price compared to an actual GoPro. It's just like, it's that Canadian the Canadian curse again, right? Something costs $20 in the States and $150,000 up here. But it just means that what I keep telling you guys is I've got to get an address on the other side of the border. Because even if I cross the border to buy it and I pay the tax on it coming back, because I wasn't there long enough or whatever, I'm still winning, you know? Boiler Room Radio. Did I skip you? Hold on. Let me scroll back. Boiler, I don't see anything. Are you just being a brat, right? Is that what's going on here? Yeah, Simo, I know it's part of a larger Austin's Corner. How's it going, man? Where was I? Yeah, Simo, I'm in the middle of, I just made a call tonight to switch my my service provider as well. So everything's switching over on the 5th of February, and I'll let you know how it's going at that point, because they check the signal coming into my house, and apparently the signal to my modem is perfect. So LT by Chinese LT says, and you know what, you're ruining the surprise. I haven't even worked enough with this thing to do a review yet, but this you want to hear something hilarious? This is something that it's just to sort of get used to the GoPro concept, and I'm gonna give it to my daughter because she's always trying to shoot. But here's a funny thing. This camera was $15. It's 1080p. It's not 4K. But the micro SD card in it was like $35. It's funny. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to playing around with this a little bit and seeing what it's all about. And that's why, sorry guys, this isn't what I meant to talk about. This guy who did a review of a 4K one of these, he's relaunched his channel. His new channel name is A Boy in Whose Subaru. It's down below. And just judging by the way he's talking about what his plans are for the new channel, it might be interesting to some of us. I have a latent desire for a Subaru, so when I saw his new channel name, I was like, I gotta see this. But oh, hold on, I'll answer that later. It sounds like it might be an interesting channel though, so if you guys want to go check him out, throw him a sub, tell him I sent you. He's pretty good on camera. I liked a lot of his older stuff, so I'm definitely willing to. I'm gonna meet him halfway. I'm gonna watch. You know, I subbed, and I'm gonna watch his stuff. See where his channel goes. Austin, really? I guess you're gonna need my address then, eh? Austin, do you know my email address? Sorry guys, Austin just sent me he says he's got a, can I start that sentence again? He says he's got a package for me. So, yes, that's right, okay. Yes, I did. And by the way, Simon and LT, we still got to get together for that drink. I've been waiting for my wife to be back in town so that I'll have a little bit of free time. I'll see what night would be good. I was gonna say if you guys can just swing by here, that would be cool. But let me take a look at what my next few weeks look like. Okay. Yeah, Austin, it's funny because your name here and your name on Instagram are so different. There's a couple of guys who I keep forgetting that it's the same dude on Instagram and on YouTube. And by the way, I would love to know the story behind your Instagram name. So LT, yeah, this is Chinese. This came from Hong Kong. So I mean, it took forever to get here, but I don't care. It's a $15 camera. I wasn't like sitting on my, what do you call it? Sitting on your nails? Sitting on your hands? You know when you can't wait for something to arrive? Oh, I do speak the English. I used to speak the English better, I guess. Austin, you didn't have to do that, but thank you. That's my first ever live chat payment. And it's an American, so I'm going to buy me some new shoes. Oh, I've got some things here that I can't wait to show you guys, but I don't want to ruin the surprise. Boiler room, I don't know. I don't have... I'm just going to skip back. Boiler room is asking if his comments are being censored, but I didn't turn on any censoring, I don't think. Just give me a second to check this out. Wait a minute. Maybe it thinks you're spamming. I've just turned that off. Let's see. Dr. Many Numbers Sharp Rothstein. Hi, man. How's it going? So, okay. Boiler, it's not going to just, if it has been censoring you, it's not just going to pop them back up. So, oh, I know exactly why you got censored. You're talking about, what is it called? Isn't there one called D something? D-tube, D something? Oh, what's it called? D... What the hell is it called? D-tube. D.tube. I probably shouldn't have said that on YouTube, but you know what, Really? Tenenbaum did that? What is going on? So Boiler Room Radio got censored because he was talking about D-tube, D.tube. And it looks like Tenenbaum got censored for writing Daily Motion. It's okay. We're going to get through this. All of us together are going to get through this. Oh, okay. Okay, no. No, it's not Daily Motion. Hold on a sec. That was my fiddler was just texting me. I have modem, which will be changing. I have a new router. Then I have 2 airport base stations, Airport Express stations, and I can't get them to see the third-party router for love or money. However, this new router is giving signal all over the house, so I almost don't care. Hold on. Live streaming right now, but perhaps later. Haha. Okay. And from state of mind, okay, here's what I've done, because I just taking a look. Informed state of mind. Did you used to have a different name, a different YouTube name? I think I know who you are. over the past 5 videos of mine, 4 of them have been demonetized. 4 times I wrote a very polite email to YouTube. Okay. 4 times I wrote a very polite email to YouTube. 4 times they got remonetized. It's because they're stupid AI. Their artificial intelligence is catching little things, but there's no context to it. So it's demonetizing stuff. Some people say it depends on what your tags are. Like if you have a word like knife in a tag, even if you're talking about a kitchen knife, the AI just sees knife. I'm pulling an example out of the ether here. I don't know if that's the specific problem, but some people are saying that it's that. There's who knows what's going on, but my luck when I just send them an email. Oh, and also several times they've just boop remonetized on their own. But what's frustrating is, man, these candies are hard. I love them so. What's frustrating is, when something demonetizes, they're pretty quick about remonetizing, but by quick, I mean next day or a few hours later, when like the views are already coming down the other side. And I don't think they back it up and reactivate the monetization for all the views that you've just missed. Or at least that's my understanding. It's very frustrating. But wait, I'm getting lost here. I just remembered I should be trying to stay up on so yeah, Luke, I hope that helps. Like, just send them emails and get that stuff tied back up. Insane Jokers, I might have missed that Ethernet pass-through. I will check that after I get off here, because that might actually be it. Yep. Yeah, I remember you as General Banter. I didn't know you'd changed your name again to, okay. Wait, your channel got deleted? Is that what happened? I didn't know you got deleted. I just thought you were, I don't know, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't want to ask because a lot of people switch things up for reasons that they don't want to talk about. So I just like, okay. Wow, shit. Shoot. I said shoot. I didn't say the other word. I don't talk like that. I talk like that a lot. But yeah, man. Oh, what a, because you did a lot of work on that channel, man. You had what? You had enough subs that you wouldn't have had to worry about February 20th, right? If I remember correctly. Do I have that right? Yeah. Man, if they deleted my channel on me, I don't know what I would do. I would be highly irate, first of all. You know, we put a lot of ourselves into these channels, even those of us who are trying not to, like who are trying to sort of put a, you know, my survivalist face or my bushcrafter face for YouTube. You can tell, man, when someone puts a lot of work into a channel, even if you look at my channel where over the past year, or well, let's face it, 3 years, like look at how bad my sound is sometimes because I keep trying new things, but I still work my arse off. And man, if they deleted my channel like that, I'd go crazy. No, I wouldn't go postal, but I would be highly, highly irate. You know? Yeah, what Boiler Room Radio is saying is apparently right. I've heard that as well. That the AI just sort of goes back and boom, 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 boom. You know, demonetizes or dings, and if you get like 3 dings, you're out, right? Man. Something else he just said there is reminds me of something. I could not go back and reload everything because I had 2 hard drives fail on me, so I didn't have enough space anymore to keep making videos and to keep all my old stuff. So some of my old stuff is gone. Man, deleting your channel. And they couldn't just, like, why couldn't they just put it back? I don't get it. If, like, especially if you say, look, these dings were for the wrong reason, give me back my channel. I don't see what, I don't know, YouTube really, it's okay. We're gonna get through this together. But yeah, I'm really, man, I'm sorry to hear that. What you guys are saying about the censorship, I think I know what's going on. Because, look, it's easy to say, okay, I thought I was gonna sneeze. It's easy to say that this is all about, you know, cutting the wheat from the chaff so that there's more money for their bigger guys. And I think that we're in real danger of YouTube just becoming next-gen TV, like just being creators with money behind them. We're in danger of, like, the little guy disappearing from this platform. And that's part of why I'm doing this whole thing, you know, play my playlist all the time. I'll play your playlist all the time. Let's comment the shit out of each other's videos. I don't talk like that. Let's just comment the crap out of each other's videos because they like seeing... what are they called? Interaction points or whatever. Like videos with a lot of comments get noticed. But at the end of the day, I really do think that they're just clumsy as hell. I think that they're running scared because advertisers are fleeing or threatening to flee the platform if they don't get a handle on the bad actors, if they don't get some modicum of control. But there just aren't enough employees. And I think that by demonetizing, let's face it, that threshold was put there for a reason. That's a hell of a lot of YouTubers just gone from the equation, right? Because as soon as you're not being monetized, nobody cares. By throwing that arbitrary number there, it takes out the entire bottom segment. And so what that means is they don't have to put human resources towards policing all of us, right? And like, they're running scared, I guess, or because I don't believe that we're talking about a company that's as incompetent as they look. Okay, I think they've, like, you know, we're on what, our 3rd or 4th apocalypse right now, because that's technically what this is, right? It's like apocalypse times 1,000. And I think it's just that they're running around with like a chicken with its avec son chicken with its head cut off, right? They're not saying, okay, look, let's do something balanced here. They're just trying to please these advertisers, because let's face it, the world is run by MBAs, and that means that nobody cares about doing the right thing. They just care about doing the money thing. And okay, that's a little bit of editorializing on my part, but that is the way I see it. And I just think that what they need to do is stop just trying out new ideas and think before they try their next one. Because look at all the things they've tried, right? They've tried, you know, getting us to police each other. They've tried hiring whatever 10,000 more people, but that's not enough. Because I mean, if you look at the numbers of videos that are just going up, there's no way, you know. Wait, let me. Exactly, as Insane Joker said, they're in damage control mode, and they just don't think it through. You know. And that's why they're AI. Like, you can do a video about, you know, I'm going to make a cheese sandwich. I shall use this knife. The AI sees the word knife and, like, forget you. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Luke, I know you like policing. Something else that Insane Jokers said, which is something that I've been sort of messing with, is it's a variant. What I've been doing is putting up a video, leaving it private for like 2 hours, because YouTube says it usually takes them under 2 hours to decide whether or not you're monetized. And then when that threshold passes, boop, I make it public. Because then if it's been demonetized, I can send them the email, and then once I get that fixed up, then I can make it public, and then I'm not losing, But what he says is that some people make their video private as soon as it gets demonetized, and then make it public again once the problem is resolved. I wonder. Let me just go back. Just looking. Yeah, Simon thinks that that damage control is done, and they're just taking advantage right now. I don't know, because what some people say is, by cutting out all these huge swaths of people, that is going to be more money for the larger people. So here's my question. Without all of us, does that change the CPMs? Because I haven't seen them write anything about changing CPMs, right? Because if I'm not being monetized, that doesn't mean that my viewers aren't coming, right? It's not like my viewers all get shifted onto Casey Neistat or something, although I do love that dude. Or that was the stupidest example. Let me take that back. Take two. That doesn't mean that all my viewers go to Joe Robinette. I mean, my viewers are probably going to him anyway, but like, do you know what I'm saying? If I'm not being monetized, it doesn't mean that there's no action going on my channel. So like, I can't see it making any kind of difference to Joe. Unless, Simo, you think that they're keeping the money for themselves. But they already take a cut. I don't know. Like, the thing is, we're talking about such a small amount of money until you're getting your views in the millions that, like, it's hard to get angry about the actual dollar value at my level. But if you look at it from YouTube's perspective, where there are many people at my level, it turns into a bunch of bucks, I don't know. It's weird, It's like what I keep saying about it, this just being in danger of turning into just another version of TV or Hollywood, a bunch of big names doing beautiful things, and no one else can get in the game. Especially because I started YouTubing one of the reasons I started YouTubing was that it like when I was going to school to make movies, everything in film is expensive as hell because everything is middlemen. There are middlemen everywhere. In fact, on my vlog, I did an entire episode on this. Like, film is incredibly expensive. The equipment is expensive as hell. Absolutely. But on top of all that, there's like, everything you do, you go through an intermediary, You can't shoot a film without having film insurance. There's at least one middleman there. There's probably two of them. Nobody buys the cameras because they're too expensive, so they rent them. Every time you add a middleman, you add like 10% of the price. So say I'm going to shoot a video with a rented camera and lights. I go and I rent this camera that has been purchased by the rental place. And the rental place purchased it from a wholesaler or a supplier who purchased it from Panasonic or Canon or whatever. And every time there's a purchase going on, right up until the rental that I'm doing, there's a middleman taking his cut. Okay? And this goes from just that really simple thing to the craft table where you're feeding your talent, to, as I said, the insurance, to processing film or whatever, right? To all the equipment that goes into the editing bay, all the way to distribution, and finally to the cinema. And what I've loved about YouTube, what I've absolutely adored about YouTube, is that it's just so immediate. I have a very mildly fancy camera. I turn it on myself. I make an idiot of myself. I edit it together. Try not to maintain the idiot too much. And then I get to just pass it on to you guys. Enjoy. Thumbs up. Make some kind of comment. That's the only price to you guys, aside from your internet, you know. The only real price is a thumbs up and a comment. Like, how can that not be more exciting than all the rigmarole that goes into making a film? So, like, to me, if YouTube does end up, because that's kind of what YouTube Red is sort of doing. They're trying to really monetize it on an industrial level, probably because, you know, Google bought them and needs some return on investment, right? But it's just anything that threatens to make YouTube too Hollywood, I think, builds a case for a real competitor. That's why I'm going to check out this DTube thing. See if that's, you know, maybe a good second place. I don't see myself leaving YouTube until they force me out. Kick me out of my arse. But maybe, you know, so yes, there's a lot of YouTubers who are also on Twitch, or, you know, and stuff like that. I'm not going to go on Twitch because I don't game that seriously. Because I think Twitch is mostly gaming. Oh, hold on. I'm totally... I've been skipping. Okay. Well, I don't think they need any more Tide Pod eaters. I think those are some of the guys they're trying to really demonetize. Yeah, exactly, man. Remember that? How many of you guys remember that? Like what Insane just said. Remember YouTube's old slogan? Broadcast yourself. It's such a beautiful thing, right? It's like, this is the Wild West. Broadcast yourself. It was like so optimistic, and the company was still new, small enough that they didn't have to worry about advertisers, you know, tossing them over a bridge. Yeah. And yet, like, they'll block someone, I don't know, talking about knives or whatever. Like, I can see some of the stuff they block. I understand why they block anything gun related. You know, whatever you may feel about that is one thing, but I can see why it's an easy thing for them to block, because it's easy to say that's not family friendly or that's not advertiser friendly. I can see that. I can see why they would just hit anything hunting related. Again, you know, whether or not I agree, I can understand. But I keep thinking about Lindy Beige. How many of you guys watch Lindy Beige? Hold on a second. I'm just sort of making... where was I? How many of you guys watch Lindy Beige? He's a historian, okay? I'm going to put him down in the... after I'm finished with the live stream, I'm going to put him down. He's a historian, okay? He's also kind of a geek. He does, like, reenactments and stuff. But he knows a lot about Roman warfare. He knows a lot about ancient weapons. He knows a lot about World War II. He knows a lot about World War I. He's got a thing for tanks, okay? In fact, the whatever that tank museum is in the UK, they have a series of YouTube videos, and they've had him on several times talking about his favorite tanks, which I think is the Churchill. But anyway, he got massively demonetized because like half his videos are talking about this sword from ancient Rome or this bronze sword from ancient blah or this spear, even though he's clearly not talking about anything not advertiser friendly, because he's not talking about terrorism, he's not talking about, you know, look at this knife, I'm gonna go and, you know, nothing like that. He's talking about historical things, and it took him a while to get remonetized. And he's someone who depends on this schizophrenic company for his living. I shouldn't have said schizophrenic. That's hateful. But it kind of is. I mean, if there ain't a more bipolar company than YouTube out there right now, maybe EA. Except they're just downright evil. YouTube's not evil. They just have no clue. But like, so guys like him, you know, it's like, who knows what's coming. I mean, Philip DeFranco his ass has been demonetized constantly, but he's done what I'm doing now, like writ large, right? He's diversified. He was a master at making YouTube work for him, right? He turned from like a real, like just an ass on YouTube, saying all kinds of stupid things, to kind of an empire. He sold his channel. He got bought by Discovery. He's recently bought his channel back from Discovery. He's expanding. He's got employees. And he makes almost nothing from YouTube views. You know, for him, it's all sponsors and Patreon and t-shirt sales and swag and stuff. You know? Yeah, guys, I don't think it's a left or right thing anymore. I think that, you know, nothing is a left or right thing anymore. It's a money versus non-money thing. And that sounds like a left versus right thing, but it's way more basic than that. You know, because the 1%ers are not a left versus right problem. The 1%ers are at one point someone's going to throw a brick and society's going to fall thing. You know, I just think it's stupidity and greed, and it's a world where business is run by MBAs instead of... Here's a perfect example. I spent 20 years in the publishing industry, okay? I've worked for some very large name magazines. I spent a half decade at the Reader's Digest Canadian office at a time when a Reader's Digest book in North America was edited and printed in Canada, not in New York. And over that time, the MBA changed the publishing world. It used to be that your CEOs and your CIOs and like your upper echelon all came up through editorial. And now they've all gone to business school. And what the MBA teaches is growth through acquisition instead of growth through, you know, constantly improving product. In fact, if you grow through acquisition, you don't have enough money to have a kick-ass R&D department anymore. It's taught them methods of, you know, a CEO who came through an MBA and uses all those theories and kills the company because, you know, too much acquisition, company goes down. He will make sure that he leaves with a big bonus, even if the company goes down the tubes. And like 100% of MBAs are not a problem, but there's a cultural problem in business right now. And this YouTube thing is part of that, because you know what? It's people just making the money call with the least effort. And hoping for the best? I don't know. It's just, oh, what a mess, you know? MBAs and lawyers. Yeah. And we're at a time also when no one thinks things through anymore. People just talk. You know, we're all sort of like, you know, if this person's a Democrat and this person's a Republican. I'm using the American terms because YouTube, internet, mostly American. Like, previous presidents could get some stuff going. It's like the past two presidents have been absolutely trapped by what society's view of their parties are. So that, like, that's why nothing happens in Washington anymore, because everyone's just, you know, 2 centuries, people could cross the floor and shake hands and get that country moving. But now it's like, and it's beyond that too. If you spend too much time on Facebook, you spend all your time outraged. You know, it's like, somebody just stop. We're hating each other worse than we've ever hated each other before, and in many cases with less reason to. It's just depressing. You know, I'm trying to bring a kid up to not lose the absolute love she has for the world, but man, at some point she's gonna watch the news, you know? Wait, where are we? Yeah, informed. Yeah, you're right. The 1% don't care, they always win. You know? Exactly. Yeah. Individual success is the goal, no matter what. Drives me crazy. Absolutely crazy. You know what? I got all distracted anyway. Oh, these Kennedys. That's something to make sure I hit all my talking points. Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? This Amazon thing, this demonetization thing, it's not changing my plans for this year. My plan is still to get my ass out there, make videos, more videos than I have, better videos. My last 2, like where I sat in the forest, made tea, had ramen, that's really sort of in the direction that I'm trying to push my channel. Like I experimented a bit with the editing. I'm still getting to know the camera. I still got to work on my sound, especially the last one. The entire reason I ended up doing the video about the playlist later at night, while I was trying to get my ass ready for bed, is because something went wrong with the mic on my camera, I guess. Like, I have an external mic that I attach to the camera, and I didn't record fully half of what I videoed. So, like, there was no sound on that entire section. I said all kinds of other things about that bag, because I was talking about, I'm into that bag, you know? I really talked it up, but, and I described exactly what my problem was with it. The only problem I have with that, the only problem I have with that bag is that because of sort of how it works in all these flaps, so that you can put the meat, you know, it's just too unwieldy to be opening it up and closing it, because it just, you know. But like I talked about, like the various bags that I've been looking at, that hidden, what's it called? Hidden woodsman, hidden outdoorsman, the one that Joe Robinette's got. Man, I like that bag. That's really cool. Someone mentioned in my video that LL Bean's got the Continental backpack, which is the one that I had thought they discontinued because I couldn't find it last year, and there it is. And that one sort of seems to have like a loop that you can put an axe in, you know. But yeah, all this stuff just disappeared, and I was like, really? Crap. So that's why once I edited and put up the video, I was like getting ready for bed and thought, you know what? I'm just gonna do another quick little video. But yeah, so I'm still learning the equipment. I'm excited about it. I think I've got some cool stuff. And if, you know, if I can get the channel to really take off, I'm just gonna push that more, you know. Well, I have way blown past my 30-minute limit. Oh wait. Hold on. I'm gonna skip on the back here. Boiler Room says, greed, money is the root of all evil. Beast system. I think you're right about that. Rothstein. It was easier when the pie was larger. Yeah, that's it. Everyone's fighting for a smaller and smaller piece of the pie, you know? And yeah, Luke, you're right. It lights a fire under my arse. I'm taking this as an excuse to do some of the things I've been talking about doing for months and just haven't been doing, because I just fall into this sense of complacency. You know, I'm putting out videos, I'm getting some views, I'm getting some comments. Things are good enough. Well, no, now they're not. Now I gotta actually do some of that stuff I've been talking about. So it is kind of a good thing in that way. And you know, if I were more charitable, I would say, this is what YouTube wanted. It was to help us all kick our game up a notch. But I'm not that stupid. Where was it? Boiler, yeah, I understand that. And in fact, that was the way I saw it a lot. He says he'll never monetize his channel. It's for the people. But because I want to... Well, because, you know, when a battery dies, I have to buy another battery. I want the channel to pay for itself on stuff like that. I don't want the channel to buy me pizza on Friday or, you know, pay my mortgage or anything. If I can get it to pay for itself, then that's fabulous. Just because then I can breathe better if suddenly, like, the camera breaks. You know, right now I want to replace that microphone on top of my camera with one. The Rode has a new one that as soon as you attach it to the camera, let me start that again. As soon as you turn the camera on when it's attached, it comes on. Turn the camera off, it goes off. Because a couple of times with my current mic, I forget about the power switch when I'm, you know, hit the record, blah, and then turn it off, and like, fuck, I forgot to. Guess I'm not monetizing this video. You know, and then I'm like, oh, piss, I forgot to turn the mic on. So this new Rode one, but in Canada, this new Rode one is $300. Yeah. I may just swallow my pride and buy that one. But you know, if the channel can just start paying for its own stuff, then I'm happy, you know. Yeah. Luke's had some trouble with tech too. Yeah, I think we all have, you know. Who the hell? Oh, I know who Honey Boo Boo is. Man, people still talking about Honey? Yeah, that's the thing, you know. I don't want to be a YouTube millionaire. You know, I don't want to do stupid things to get views. And I don't have the access to be a Casey Neistat, you know. But I'm okay with that. I don't need to quit my job and become actually, let's face it, it would be really cool to quit my job and become a full-time YouTuber, but that's not what this is about. That's oh, if this happened one day, that would be fabulous, but that's not what this is about, you know. Oh, Jake Paul. Both of the Pauls piss me off, you know. All right, guys, I gotta strap a bass on and do some practicing for this Robbie Burns gig. So I'm gonna let you go. It is now 22:56. So in fact, it is now exactly an hour later. So in exactly an hour, that's a good time to stop. So everyone have a really good night. I'll see you guys around. I hope to get another video up at the weekend. I'm hoping. Depends on how the weekend goes. And just guys, comment down below. about anything that I've said. You know, this conversation has been really good. It's nice to see that, like, I'm getting up around 10 people watching nowadays. I like that. I like that you guys say a lot of interesting stuff. Half of the reason I'm doing this is because I want to see what everyone else says. So thanks, guys. So yeah, good night. I'm off to play music. Sleep well, folks. See you around.